Okay, I'm going to explore this. So here I am walking, talking into my phone, looking at, shooting images into my phone, going, why am I doing this? First of all, I'm a stutterer, man, so what am I doing? Although I'm not stuttering right now, which is great, interesting. But, so I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to talk because, that's the cool thing to do. That's what everyone's doing, putting out podcasts or video casts or whatever, and putting yourself out there. And it's kind of like not in my comfort zone, but then again, haha, that's one of the keys of growth, right? Pushing your comfort zone. So here I am trying this. Um, I've made a couple takes, and it's all kind of feeling like very awkward for me. So I'm just doing this kind of ramble and experimenting and exploring here. So this is part of what I do in terms of what I call lived inquiry, although I stole that from a lot of people. So it is out there, lived inquiry. And for me, how I interpret lived inquiry is that you make your life an inquiry. You're a researcher, you're an explorer, you're a discoverer. You're trying to figure stuff out, And it doesn't have to be all on your own, It's like you have this internet with all the world's knowledge, But then on top of that, there's our experience, there's inner knowing, there's all this other stuff to explore. The further reaches inside and outside, Anyways, I'm noticing my breath, and I'm noticing I'm getting a little breathy here, but I don't think I'm stuttering, so this is interesting. So I'm going to continue this experiment, even though I'm rambling and being very kind of meta here. That's self-referential, I guess. So I don't know, man. And I have all these different kind of interests and streams that I'm in, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a film theorist and explorer of integral and transpersonal moving image theory and practice and all that stuff, but I'm also a spiritual guidance guy. I did my dissertation on the experience of divine guidance, and I've sought guidance for most of my life. That's a journey for me. Strong journey for me. And then there's my art, which started it all back when I was a kid, stutterer, and couldn't really speak. I mean, what I'm doing now is like way beyond my capacity back then. I could hardly talk. And so I started to draw. And that was kind of my outlet. And that was the beginning of my journey, because my art, my drawing led to photography and then led to filmmaking. And on the way, I'm trying to heal myself with therapy and all this wild stuff. And then in spirituality, did a lot of spiritual practices, practiced almost every mystical tradition, did all the inner exploring for over 30 years, and trying to heal. And I guess this is pretty good because I'm talking pretty good, and so, but there's a lot more to heal always. And so I don't know if anyone's going to see this, or this is just going to be one of my tests again, but it's an interesting test. It's the first one that I'm actually in a kind of a stream, or feeling like kind of a stream. I could look at this and go, oh man, that sucks, man. Who the fuck do I think I am? I can't talk. I can't talk to people. I can't think fast on my feet. It's one of the other things, it's like I'm very kind of, usually kind of a mellow dude, and I like to take things easy and slow and methodological, but then again, I do love being in the moment. So there you have it, the contradictions and complexities of life. I have no idea what this is about. It's about testing my voice, I guess. Seeing if my voice works here. My voice has come through, my art and my films. my writings I tried to bring my voice. So can I bring my voice to voice? I don't know. Guess we'll see, huh? All right, so I'm walking up and down an alley here. So I didn't want it to be too busy. But anyway, so I've come to the end of this long alley. And I don't know if I could show it to you. I see it like, there we go. Hello. So that was my journey in this last few moments in this video, in the stream of existence, stream of life, in the grand arc of consciousness. My big thing now, arc of consciousness. I guess I have to keep talking for a little bit, so I'm going to go back down the alley. Maybe I'll give you a different kind of view. There you go. So you can see the past and the present. Here we go. That's behind me, right? That's my past. Oh, I'm turning light. That was cool. Now I'm in shadow. Light and shadow. So anyways, the arc of consciousness. What is that for me? For me, it started as an arc like ARK, like the Ark of the Covenant. I had visions of this architectural structure. My dad was an architect contractor, and I was supposed to follow in his footsteps, and studied it when I was a kid and all that. But then, as I was healing my relationship with my father, I started to get all these inner visions of like this place. This place was like a big kind of community with all these buildings and designs that were kind of beyond just feng shui or sacred architecture, but it kind of harnessed all the spiritual and subtle energy and gross systems of spatial technologies into an organized, kind of synchronized flow that you can create a community on all levels of existence, from intention to manifestation. So that kind of came through me, and it actually helped to heal my relationship with my father. And then what else? Then that, over the years, kept evolving in my consciousness. I wrote a paper on it. And then it kind of evolved into the arc of consciousness with a C. And I started to study integral theory and read works of Gebser and Wilbur and all that. And oh, there's some people here. I'm going to spin around. So Gebser and Wilbur and all that. And I started to kind of explore where I am in the arc of consciousness, the evolutionary arc of consciousness. And that's kind of, now everything I do is kind of connected to this, or under the umbrella of the arc of consciousness, because it's, for me, it's fundamental now. It's, where am I on my evolutionary path in relation to myself, in relation to the world around me, and in relationship to all of this great arc of the evolution of consciousness itself. And when I kind of hold that perspective, it's feeds my soul and spirit, let's put it that way, and it kind of makes sense to me. So that's kind of where it's at for me. It feels true, and it permeates everything I do, my artwork, my films, my own inner exploring, my everyday lived inquiry. It's all about that. So there it is. Anyways, so we've had a little interesting arc here. Down the alley and then a little bit back. And all right, so I'm going to turn this off, and I get to see this soon. And if there's someone out there else that's watching it, I guess I liked it enough to put it out there, or I was brave enough to put it out there not knowing what it is and what I have. So anyways, so as the younger generation I think now says, peace out.